The worst furry convention. Is it going to be about Rainfurrest? Probably. I don't know. Oh boy. Let's get into it!
So it's been a while since I talked about one of your
Oh, that's a little bit loud.
favourite hobbies, one you hold near and dear to your heart, but can't let
Being a
anyone
furry?
else in your life know about it, due to the risk of people viewing you
Literally
like a
being a
walking
furry.
defecation, and your family somewhat disowning you.
Didn't like a post come out recently that this was drawn like 10 years ago? Or something? Like on DeviantArt, man.
No, this video isn't about your War Thunder addiction. And don't worry, this is the last time I will on the War Thunder community. I pinky promise. But a lot of this
There
community
it is.
probably does play War Thunder anyway. And surprisingly, if they all disappeared, we'd probably have a shortage of military personnel, programmers, and engineers in the world.
That is true. Why are so many of these people furries? Why? How come? What is going on?
And some say this community ranges from a few 100,000 to millions.
Holy
So
shit.
someone you know could be a part of this community.
Chat. Hey, chat. Who of you here? Who of you is the furry? Who of you is the furry? Show yourself. You? Fuck you, man. What the no! What the hell? I'm not a programmer. I'm not in the military. I don't do engineering. I don't do programming. What do you want from me? Thank you for using code Kitsunero at your Gamma subs purchase. Free shipping, by the way, at the moment. I can neither confirm or deny anything with the secretary's approval. I wonder if any of my mods are secretly a furry. So Benny and Kitsu. It's Benny, he's the furry. Stop pointing at me, YouTube chat! Bro, YouTube chat is just pointing at me. What the hell? Put up a poll? No.
And apparently most of them reside in America.
Well. As I am not American, I think it's case closed. By the way, 50% viewership America. How many of you guys are furries, huh? Stop pointing at me!
Just saying, if you didn't drop the T, you probably wouldn't have this problem and would still have your foreskin. But this community is probably the most targeted and discriminated group on the internet.
I got nothing against furries, right? The only time I do have something against furries is when they try to, like, put their fetishes out in the open and shove it into other people's throat. No pun intended. And, like, do it, like, openly and, like, try to get, like, kids into it. Like, I don't think, like, furries, like, being a furry is something inherently sexual. I do not think so. Yes, there are people that have a furry fetish and a furry kink, absolutely. But I don't think it's something inherently sexual. And that sound was me of almost getting chipped down the wrong air pipe. Down the wrong pipe into the air pipe. I actually saved myself with that. I think it comes more down to something being, first of all, enjoying the hobby, and second of all, probably body dysmorphia. Is my curse. It quickly turns into sexual. I don't know about quickly, but it definitely can. But I don't think, like, being a furry means that you doing it sexual. You know?
Obviously,
You look
outside
tired?
of things
Yeah.
like race, sexual preference, and gender maybe.
Yeah,
But this is the animal cosplaying, Toontown looking, Conker's Bad Fur Day inspired, Lola Bunny interested. Yes, that makes you part of the community if you ever held any interest in Lola Bunny.
There you have it, chat. I mean, I guarantee you most of you guys in chat think she's hot. You think she's hot? There you go, you're furry. Case closed. Case closed. And, you know, that's not fair. Well, too bad. She is a bunny. She is an anthropomorphic. Yes, that English is a very easy language. Didn't you post Lola a few years back? No. But yeah, I'm okay, thank you. So is she hot, Kitsu? I will not give my opinion on this.
You're a part of the community now. No ifs or buts about it, you're in denial. But this is the fairy community, which has been on the internet for a while now, some saying even before the creation of things like Reddit. Fairies are mainly described as anthropomorphic characters.
There is anthropomorphic. I forget the P. Anthropomorphic. Anthropomorphism. Anthropomorphic.
And if you lack skill points and intelligence, it's basically animals with human characteristics.
Yeah, it's like literally that. Bipedal, human characteristic. Yeah, I don't have issues with furries. I have issues with weirdos and liars. Most of my furry friends like it's gonna cost you, Lamar. Well, there you go. Simple. I got no issues with furries either. Like, you wanna do that? Sure. Like, I am a firm believer of live and let live. Hey kids, so you should show the poll results. What fucking poll did we have? Is Kitsu a furry? Mods, ban yourselves.
There are many classes of fairies though. You've got normal fairies, fairies that have no fur.
Wait, that's just a naked cat. Wait.
Oh, and just look like those cats that are overgrown testicles.
I think, like, I've grown quite fond of the ball sack cat, man. They're adorable.
Similarly, you have scalies that are based on things like lizards and dragons, avians, which are like birds.
I think some of the avian fursuits that they make look really sick. Because they go, like, less into a comic and goofy route and more, like, into a realistic route. They look really cool.
And for the 50th time, I'm not an avian or a fairy. It's not a duck, it's not a hedgehog, it's not a beaver. You must have advanced glaucoma if you think that. It is just a cute bird I found in my...
Oh, it's a bird! That's a bird! But I thought it would have been like some tiny, like, I don't know, like something like a hedgehog. What the fuck?
Whoa. Anyway, you also have the lesser known fishies, the buggies or insect fairies, and the fairy femboys. Many fairies express themselves through their personas, their own fairy avatar of sorts, which they represent through things like art or their very own fursuit, which...
Bro, maybe I am a furry, but that's some good aside.
Which they
Bro, this is very well drawn. I'm sorry to tell. I don't know. I don't know. Is it appreciation for art? Am I a furry? I don't know. Up for you to decide. And if it's according to chat, I am a furry, so I don't fucking know anymore.
Present through things like art or their very own fursuit, which are very expensive. Most of these people must be oil tycoons to afford this stuff. But
like,
since
legit, fursuits are like, look at this. 2,500 just for the head.
Most of these people must be oil tycoons to afford this stuff.
There. 6,500 for the entire thing. Or 5,000. Bro, what? Bro, what? All furries are oilless? Yeah. Yeah.
But since it's
oh, what was that? Pretty sure this icon is a picture of a tit as a bird species, which makes this particular topic very ironic. Oh!
Conception, at least on the internet, it has grown exponentially over the years, but so has the hatred for it. Many hold a distaste for fairies, following the negative stigma surrounding it, viewing most members of the community as degenerate heathens.
I mean, yes. But, like, everyone in the VTuber community is also a degenerate. Like, sure, I don't think they would take any insult to being called a degenerate. I'm pretty sure they call themselves degenerates.
With many assuming people a part of this community want to do things with actual animals, which is mainly due to the actions and events surrounding more infamous fairy members, and groups like zoos, which we've talked about before, and even the fairy community itself detests these people.
Yeah, like, there is a big distinction between that. Just because someone is in the furry community doesn't mean they wanna frick animals. I feel like there is that stigma around it, though, unfortunately. But as said, I think furry like inherently comes from like a place of, first of all, enjoying the hobby, and second of all, just what's it called? Body dysmorphia kind of stuff.
And strongly refuses association with them. It is quite easy to find anti-furry sentiment on the internet, labelled anti-fairs, some wishing physical harm upon furries, but I personally judge furries not by the fur on their skin, but by their actions. Please don't.
That's what you should judge someone for. Not anything else, by their actions. Not by anything else, really.
Send me a pipe bomb in the mail. I know a lot of you are very capable of doing so and could probably form your own militia group at this point.
Jesus Christ.
But I assure you, I'm just joking around. But from my personal interactions with furries, most of them are normal, albeit they are very enthusiastic about the topic. But from what I've seen, it's just a hobby, and they mainly just get bad rep due to that stigma. But the furry group, as said before, has grown a lot over the years, to the point where they have their own events like FurCons, which thousands attend per event. And for some reason, some of them summon the fifth sin of gluttony.
Oh my... Okay, at that point, bro, that one has to be a fetish. Like, you can't tell me otherwise. Okay, no, to be fair, this is one of two things. Either fetish or either a meme. It's either or. Like, either a meme or a fetish. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, what is this? It's bow? No! Why not both? To be fair, could be both.
But furry conventions are something I wanted to talk about today because a lot of them had their fair share of controversies, and once again I keep getting Instagram Reels referring to the topic.
Holy what?
How many of my videos have been inspired from Instagram Reels serving me pure slop? But I do miss the person I was before this video, mainly after finding out about the pizza party of October 2021.
Huh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What?
So furry conventions are a lot like most other conventions. An overcrowded hotel or convention centre with barely any air conditioning, and the...
Bro, speaking of conventions, I'm not going to like TwitchCon this year, but I really hope I can go next year. I really hope I can go next year. Hopefully meet a couple of you guys there too. But we shall see.
Same can be said for deodorant and correct hygiene. As a matter of fact, most conventions, especially anime conventions, probably have their own putrid AoE effect, emitting gamma radiation enough to erode the insides of your nose. Most organisers actually have to remind convention goers to wear deodorant, which is... it's something. But as said, furry conventions are set up like many other conventions. There's panels, small events, stalls for items like art, even a black market for adult items. But furry conventions are unique in that way. Well,
okay, that is so cute though. What the hell? Bro, there's just a bunch of plushies, man. They're adorable.
Other convention black markets probably have things like naked body pillows and that's it. But furry conventions have bad dragons, and apparently it's a hobby to collect them now. I personally don't know why you'd want to tickle your colon.
To be fair, Charlie, as in Voice Critical, has a toy collection. God damn it, always this is going to get demonetized, isn't it? KoAlan! Censor! Please! Thank you!
But you do you. But how are furry cons different from things like Comic Cons, Anime Cons, and Brony Cons? Well, obviously it's down to the fact most of the attendees are wearing fursuits. Compared to anime conventions where you would see cosplays you'd probably recognize, at a furry convention you probably won't recognize most characters, due to the fact most of them are their own creations and their own OCs.
Yeah.
And there are a variety of builds. You've got the people that don't wear any suits at all, and are just there for the experience. You've got ones that only wear their heads because they can't afford the down payment for the rest of the suit. You've got...
I mean, 4,200?
full fursuits. Some that are even modified to have AC units within them. Then you've got...
That explains why they're so expensive too. Like, partially. I mean, it does make sense. Like, wearing this the entire day, you'd die. Like in Minecraft. Sorry, no big dollar. Hope you always okay. We support you, bro. No, that's okay. Don't feel like pressure to like support me in a financial way. Just like watching a video is absolutely fine. Commenting, it's completely fine, man. Demonetization support fund. Thank you. Oh my god. But no, don't feel pressured into any financial support or anything. It's completely fine to just watch the videos. Comment. Like, if you watch it with an app blocker, leave a comment, leave a like. Maybe no money prompt? Oh my god. No.
Fursuits that look like they have a whole Abrams tank in their stomach, and looking like executioner snore, who appear to be either fat or somewhat pregnant. These are called fat furs, supposedly most times a form of adiophilia.
That is fat fetishism. Like, it has to be, man. Like, bro, it has to be. Most of them anyway, right?
Which is an attraction to gaining weight. I personally don't get it. You'd probably need to refer to a professional in this subject. But there are a lot of...
Any professionals in chat? Any professionals on that topic? Like, speak up now. Bowberry. Bow is probably an expert on it, that's true. SJM, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs, man. Thank you. No, I'm asking you guys. If I knew anything, I would yap about it already.
Furry cons that occur, once again, mostly in America. You have cons like Anthro New England, Midwinter Frolic Anthro Expo, and Fair Squared, all happening this year. There's even VR furry cons now, like Furrality hosted on VRChat.
Oh yeah, like, I bet like VRChat is huge with the furry community. Like, 100%, man.
Which apparently has its own private server, and was said to be very well prepared with its own worlds. A lot of these conventions are non-profit and encourage donations to chosen charities for that convention. I would go
wait, that's actually so wholesome, what the hell?
so far as to say most furry conventions are fairly normal.
What is it with Beyond Furry stuff? It's cheaper and easier to get yourself a furry model than a furry fursuit, man. That's why.
In terms of structure and events. However, some conventions have seen their fair share of controversies, to the point where, like furries themselves, furry cons carry a negative stigma surrounding them, especially from outside of the community. And to be honest, giving the benefit of the doubt with the ones I looked into, and one I thought was completely fictional, and at most an urban legend, I can see why some people aren't completely sold on furry conventions, even when a majority of them are nothing like any of these. But the first controversy surrounding a furry con I wanted to talk about is said urban legend. And if you're watching this video whilst eating, this is going to be a good tolerance test for your appetite.
Well, you heard it. If you're eating, either do a tolerance test or stop eating, because you're not missing out on this video now.
So, be warned. But first, I need to warn you about something else. Something that will have your nuts quaking with excitement. Something even you furries out there can enjoy. We have once again partnered with Gamersubs.
Yo! Gamersubs! Free shipping! Free shipping, Gamersubs! Use code Kitsunero! Or his code, if you want to support him. That's absolutely fair. But if you want me to get my own rifle cup, use code Kitsunero.
With their new Kaiju Tran drop.
Oh yeah! Kaiju Tran is so adorable, but most of that is already gone. I mean, this video is a couple days old, so yeah. Man, I was so upset when I tried to get the plushie. It was sold out within like 2-3 minutes. I was so upset.
New cup, apparel, and even a stuffed animal. No, there isn't any femboy cups announced by Gamersubs yet, you sick. But this is a limited time product, so get it whilst you can. And do be warned, a lot of Gamersubs stock does sell out pretty fast.
The new ones anyway. There's some that are sometimes always in stock, I feel. Guacamole Gamer Fund always seems to be in stock. Blow Blast always seems to be in stock too, I feel.
So it might be gone by the time you get this. Don't blame me. Recently I'm still enjoying my Guacamole Gamer Fund inspired by Russian Badger, but I have developed
Guacamole Gamer Fund.
the taste for their new banana propaganda tub.
Especially with milk.
Completely sold
Lean is good, it's grape flavored.
on buying a tub for yourself, they do have sample packs that are free so you can find the taste for you. Use code ROYAL at checkout for 10% off your order, or just click the link in the description. And going back to the video, we'll be talking about a newly discovered flavour you will not enjoy here.
Either way, I actually wanted to give you guys a fun fact about Lean. They got a cease and desist from the White House because it featured, like, as you can tell here, Biden, and now it's legally distinct enough. It's legally distinct enough with the glasses and shit. What? Yes, they got a cease and desist from the White House. It's so funny. Bro, that's my energy drink company right there.
They do have sample packs that are free to order, or just click the link in the description. And going back to the video, we'll be talking about a newly discovered flavour you will not enjoy hearing about at all.
It's under the sauce. There's no cheese on it. It's under the sauce.
Now, as said before, the first controversy I thought was a little hoax,
Okay.
a little joke, a
Okay.
little trolling, if you will.
Okay.
Because I thought nobody in their right mind would do this. It's a joke I even
Wait, did they actually stick their wiener through the pizza like they do in the not so safe for work videos? Like, what happened? Duke of Ducks, thank you so much for the tier 1.
included in my previous videos. And
Not
imagine
exactly,
my horror
no.
when
Okay.
I found out it was a canon event within this current timeline, and it didn't even happen too long ago. It's even that popular it has its own wiki page describing the events in detail, and disturbingly enough, there is even a video of these
far
war
worse.
crimes occurring. But what
Oh, what did they do to the pizza? Did they put pineapple on it? Is that it?
happened? So it was October 2021. COVID at the time was
All I'm gonna say is pineapple on pizza is not that bad. Have you seen Swedish's pizza? Yeah. Have you seen Swedish pizzas? They put banana and kiwi on their pizzas, okay?
almost over, and the world was slowly returning back to normal, and furry cons were following that trend. The convention Biggest Little Fair Con 2021, held in Nevada, was just wrapping up its own convention, which was very successful. It had plenty of attendees and raised a lot of money for charities like no-kill shelters for animals, and was like every
that's really
other
nice.
FairCon. But little did the organisers know their event would be known for something else. After the conclusion of Biggest Little Fair Con, there was another party just starting, an unofficial after party for the convention, if you will. It was advertised a few days prior to the FairCon starting, with multiple tweets and even a PowerPoint presentation, and surprisingly enough, it was a pizza party of sorts. Because it wasn't a normal pizza party. First of all, there was only one pizza, and only one person from what we know was actually going to eat the pizza out of 19 attendees.
19 attendees isn't that many.
In a small hotel
Never mind.
room. Now, only one person consuming the pizza wasn't down to the fact it was like a disgusting pizza like pineapple. I still believe if you like that, you deserve to be kneecapped with salt rock shells.
Poll. We're doing polls on both YouTube and we do polls right now. Is pineapple on pizza okay? We got 58% on YouTube saying yes. 59%. We got 49% on Twitch saying yes. Oh, okay. 52% and 58% in favor of pineapple. I would say I tried pizza in Germany that had good ratings, and after that, I only trust your opinion slightly more than the British. How are there these many people with broken taste buds? Oh my god, there we go. YouTube, we got 115 votes on YouTube saying yes, with 59%. 42% saying no, 58 now saying yes to pineapple on pizza is okay. 51% with 49 votes on Twitch. Well, there you go. 51% with pineapple on pizza is okay. On YouTube, I approve of you. YouTube chat, I'm proud of you.
And it wasn't down to the fact it was a Papa John's pizza, although this
never
would
had
be
Papa
free
John's.
advertising for Papa John's in the future.
I actually never had Papa John's, and I do believe we have Papa John's in Germany.
Papa John's in the future. But this was intended, because only one person was going to eat it because of the ingredients, which was very
What were
unconventional
they?
at the time.
Chat, remember the Sabaton pizza you guys made me? Like, what was the weirdest ingredient you guys put on there? I felt like honey was the weirdest one. But surprisingly, honey is pretty good on pizza. I was really surprised.
These fairies were the Christopher Columbus.
Did we put fish on it? Did we? I don't think we did. I don't remember what it was. No, we did not put anchovies on it. We had a salmon on pizza in, what was it? February? Don't remember. Wait, actually, we might have put tuna on it. Wait. We did put tuna on it. We did. I do think so. We put tuna on it. You're right. We did put tuna on it. It was a weird one, but I was able to eat it. Freaky shit? Absolutely. What's up, Nathan? Let's get back to the video. Let's find out. Let's find out the cursed ingredients they put on this furry pizza.
Which was very unconventional at the time. These fairies were the Christopher Columbus of discovering new flavors, because the process of producing said flavor was all 19 attendees gathering around the pizza and adding their own extra topping to said pizza, that being their own lineage, their own.
Why? What? I tried it! Nathan! No! Oh, isn't this a soggy biscuit with extra steps? Yeah, I guess. What was it? What did you say it? Your lineage?
To said pizza, that being and adding their own extra topping to said pizza,
what
that
did you call
being
it?
their own lineage.
Yeah,
their own
lineage, baby
code,
better.
Their own baby goo, some would say. They all nutted on the pizza.
Oh my god, I hate furries so much. I hope you're saying that only because of this right now. Like, bro. Like, 7 reasons why you should host my... What? What? Oh, chat, we're only halfway through the video. I feel what's coming after this. Call that Alfredo pizza? No! Homemade and self-produced white sauce! I'm gonna cry. Okay, regardless of where you stand on pineapple and pizza, we can agree to unify against this pizza, right? Like, please! Can we put our differences aside? I didn't hate furries before, now I do. No! Glazed! The glazed pizza! Oh my lord. Oh my god.
All the attendees knew this was going to happen.
Oh
An
my
open
god.
invite to do this activity was posted
Why?
on Twitter, inviting people to come thicken the crust of their pizza.
Ew!
And what's worse is, somebody actually ate the pizza, and there is a video to corroborate it. Obviously, I can't show you the video, because one, some of them have their sauce squirters still out, and one has theirs in a cage for some reason. And, you know, you can actually see the human bodily fluid sitting on top of the cheese, like...
What do you mean? It's just, sugar glazing, right? It's just sugar icing. Just icing. Right? It's just icing. Just icing. Benny, were you part of this? I could imagine Benny being part of this one. I'm sorry if that offended you, Benny. I meant no harm. I meant, it was just a joke. Freshly squeezed protein ice cream, salty protein ice cream. Before he said what it was, like, while we were getting into it, I was instantly thinking of human cake. And if you don't know what human cake is, please don't look it up. Please do not look up what human cake is.
Someone say human cake?
Shut up. Please do not look it up. Also, hair cake. Ugh.
Separated oil. Now, the person that posted this and created the event, to no one's surprise, was a fairy porn creator. Believe me, I looked at the Twitter, and it is just straight up 24/7 porn, or yiffing as the fairies call it. I've never seen so many fairballs. But this historical event was in celebration of them reaching 2,000 followers on Twitter. I don't know what their celebration for 10k is going to be, maybe
Oh,
a free
God.
use glory hole with burger buns. But this event itself caused a lot of backlash. First, due to what happened to the pizza afterwards, as the participants joked they left the cum pizza in the hallway for potentially others to
Ew.
find. But after people gave them
Ew.
shit for doing this, they quickly clarified they disposed of the pizza, and the whole hallway thing was part of the joke, although some
Fair
people
enough.
were skeptical. The next fallout was the fact this event was broadcasted all over the internet. It was spread within and outside the furry community, especially due
I now get why he said he misses the person he was before making this video. I miss the person I was before starting to watch this video too. Have you seen Casual Geographic talk about a 100 man versus a gorilla? No, I actually haven't. But we don't really do many Casual Geographics reactions anymore because unfortunately YouTube doesn't really like it to be made as react content anymore. And if we do it, we have to be very careful about it to not be accidentally hit with animal abuse. Rosie, unfortunately, got hit with that a couple of times on Casual Geographic's video.
to things like the memes that were generated from it, like the pizza being in the hallway and the pizza itself.
Jesus Christ.
The potential consequence of this was that people outside the community may think this is
Yeah.
normal for fairies to do.
Yeah, like, no surprise it has a stigma, like, after, like, shit like this makes the news.
And may assume the worst of them, buying into the stereotype that all fairies must be degenerates. Even people within the community were criticising the creator, as they also thought it would add to the negative stigma surrounding fairies.
They ate it now, what the fuck? I mean, you may, like, be disgusted by it, right? And I totally understand it, I am too, but soggy biscuit is a thing for a reason, okay? I will just say, that shit exists. To that I can just say guys will be guys. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else, man. I just see this guys.
Overall, this event left a stain on the reputation of biggest little faircon, at least for the year of 2021. It also caused some trouble for other events as well, as some people were making custom badges referencing the event and requesting an invitation to the next one. The creator did receive their fair share of hate for this. Once again, it possibly affected the reputation of fairies as a whole, due to the fact
yeah.
this story reached a lot of people, and it became a whole-ass meme. And the creator of it was banned from a few other fairy cons, albeit temporarily, but it didn't directly harm anyone, except for the fact they probably didn't scream.
Guys, who's down? Nah, leave, brother, what are you doing? I bet Benny is down.
Participants for STDs, which they probably should have. But the next one I wanted to talk about actually did do some damage.
Lake of chlorine
What's
gas.
a furry convention?
Did I get that wrong? Okay.
So this event took place at the Midwest FurFest convention in 2014.
Sorry, I zoned out for just a second there.
So
What?
this event took
Chlorine
What's a
gas.
furry convention?
Did I get that wrong? Okay.
So this event took place at the Midwest FurFest convention in 2014.
Okay.
An event that usually operates from December 5th to December.
Bro, this fursuit right here, that one is one of the ones that doesn't look that bad. Ugh, goddammit,
14.
come on.
An event
Like,
that
this
usually
one right here.
operates from
Because it doesn't have like this hyper cartoony style, right? Like this hyper goofy cartoony style. Like some of them can look really cool. But I think there's like more like love put into this one, I feel. Not saying that others aren't, but like I feel there's like a lot of care. That's how it starts, kids. So listen, I can appreciate good art and good craftsmanship, okay? Doesn't make me a furry.
from December 5th to the 7th. A convention once again like every other fairy.
Like this one, for example,
It's
he
from
has here in the
December
background.
5th to the 7th. A convention
Like that one, I don't like this. This to me personally, I find that ugly. It's so cartoony, it's ugly. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But the other one, I can appreciate.
once again like every other fairy convention, with around 4,500 attendees, and it was usually held in a large hotel. This year
Okay.
wasn't
Wait,
100
What?
attendees, and it was usually
for a second there, I thought that was like the freaking aqua dome that we had in Berlin. Unfortunately, that one shattered, right? But god damn.
Held in a large hotel. This year wasn't really going to stand out like any other year, or any other fairy convention, until it did, and it could have possibly led to people dying. On December 7th, the convention was going ahead, and everything seemed normal until around 12 o'clock, where people began to smell things like bleach and chlorine, some even saying it smelled like a swimming pool. Many of the event
Did they accidentally make, like, mustard gas? Like, I think, chat, one of you guys said it's very easily to make that accidentally in a swimming pool. Oh no. Oh no.
Attendees and hotel staff began to complain about irritations in their eyes and breathing, so the emergency services were called. And later a hazmat team arrived to identify the cause of the smell, where it was discovered there was a broken glass container containing chlorine powder on the 9th floor stairwell. Now, chlorine powder can be fatal if you're exposed to it for an extended amount of time in an enclosed space with no ventilation. So the event...
Enclosed space with no ventilation. I mean, if it's an open room, that shouldn't be that big of a deal, should it?
And hotel as a whole were quickly evacuated, including people that were not even taking part in the event. Everyone was forced outside onto the street, where news reporters quickly arrived to cover the story.
Wait, I remember this event. It was intentional? I hope not. I hope not.
19 people were hospitalized with respiratory issues relating to exposure to the chlorine, and it took until 5 AM for the chemical to be removed and the hotel properly ventilated, where they started letting people back.
Oh yeah, does that mean someone tried to just harm the furries in that case, if that was intentional? Like, Jesus Christ. Technically a terrorist attack? I mean, kind of. Jesus. It's a new Hero Hey video dropped talking about cat. We watched that one, if it's about Doki Bird. We watched one about Doki Bird earlier, if you're referring to that one.
Back into the hotel. The good thing about this event was nobody died, and it's a good thing the emergency services were called when they were, limiting the amount of people exposed and harmed by the substance. Now, why was there chlorine powder at a fairy event? Well, I initially thought it was down to the cleaning staff for accidentally spilling something. But where would cleaning staff get pure chlorine to the point where it would actually...
Yeah, legit, like, cleaning stuff doesn't need chlorine powder. Like, they'd have chlorine at max. Like, what do you mean chlorine powder for cleaning stuff?
Kill somebody. It's like saying they had access to, like, Novichok or something. Well, apparently it wasn't incidental, but intentional. According to the emergency services, it appeared that somebody purposely did this. Somebody went to the convention and purposely broke a glass container, releasing the dangerous substance. But nobody knew why.
Apologies.
Were they targeting the fairies or somebody else at the hotel? Well, even to this day, nobody knows, because nobody was caught or arrested for the crime. But one of the most controversial factors, except for people possibly dying, was the coverage of the situation by news outlets, specifically by MSNBC. Due to the fact when the newscasters were covering the event, they began laughing at their newfound discovery that were fairies.
Oh no! 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 They failed to stay professional.
Hospitalized at a furry convention in Illinois after what's being called an intentional leak of chlorine.
What's a furry convention?
Did I get that wrong?
Along with convention attendees into the cold night, many still dressed in their furry costumes. Hotel was contaminated. Hey, guests came back inside at 4 a.m. Police.
The way she ran off stage.
I can't blame them, to be honest. Like, just like adults who have like no idea about anything in this regard, right? Like suddenly being confronted with this. I can't blame them. It's like not professional at all, but I can't blame them. Also, thank you for becoming a member, Camera. Thank you.
Still
come back.
The matter
come back.
Could you check Amika, see if she's okay? She's over there somewhere.
This guy must have already known what fairies are, or just has the most magnificent poker face. However, some people within the fairy community didn't like this, as you know, people could have died and this was a serious event.
Removing herself was probably the most professional move there. Yeah, actually, you're right with that.
But these guys were kind of just laughing at the fact that they just discovered a fairy. And some people attributed this event and the coverage of it to how much people...
19 people hospitalized, all laughing. I mean... As said, really unprofessional. Really unprofessional, it is. But... I just... You know, it's normies exposed to the internet. Yeah, can't really, blame them.
Hate fairies overall, or just don't understand them. Also, the event organisers didn't offer a refund at all. However, the next convention, although it was significantly less dangerous than the one I just mentioned, it didn't show the fairy community in the best light.
Oh boy. Chlorine gas was used in the trenches during World War I. Bad way to go out, very painful, can cause lifelong scarring in the lungs. Glad no one was perished. Yeah, well, absolutely good that no one in the end was like lethally harmed or anything, right? As said, unprofessional from the news anchors, but I'm not gonna go out and say, oh, how could they? Like, it's someone who doesn't even know what the fuck a furry is. Like, what are you gonna do?
Not even the carrion eaters.
Oh, here it is, Rainfurrest.
Rainfurrest Con in 2015 was a con where the furry community...
I know we watched a video about this of the internet historians, but oh boy, I can't even remember.
It looked like absolute fiends.
Like, I think I pushed the memory away.
Mainly due to their shenanigans. Said shenanigans that were conducted like they were trained in guerrilla warfare, with how much damage they caused from this, which may have contributed to the fact that said con was never hosted again, and was suspended indefinitely. So Rainfurrest Con 2015 was a fairy convention held in a Hilton hotel near the Seattle SeaTac Airport in Washington. Having stayed in a Hilton hotel myself, it is definitely RNG. Some Hiltons will be the best stay of your life, and some others you would think you were staying at a cheap motel.
Oh, I thought all Hilton hotels would be, like, expensive and classy. What the hell? This true, chat? Like...
With copious amounts of pubic hairs and semen stains. There is no in-between. But that year the theme was swords and sorcery, and in the opening ceremony, in conjunction with the theme, the organisers dispelled the rumour that the FairCon was under an evil curse.
I am absolutely sure there is no truth to the rumour that Rainfurrest is under an evil curse.
Little did they know it was under an evil curse, as all of the 7 sins were about to be committed within...
No! All of the 7 sins?! No! Oh god! I generally don't remember what Rainfurrest was about, man. Like, what was it called? Repressed memories? Like, please don't make me relive the memory of this shit. It was bad enough watching the internet historians video on this.
In the few days the event was active, there were a lot of things that happened at this event, but to save your time, so you can go back to whatever mundane activities you had to do today, here's a short list of what happened.
Oh god.
Somebody purposely flooded a public toilet within the hotel by messing with the screws that kept it secure, and even flooded the basement. They broke one of the elevators of the hotel, they threw multiple towels into a hot tub, and blocked the main hot tub pipe so it was permanently damaged and required repairs. There were reports of filled diapers being shoved into toilets and left on top of cars, some saying the smell was terrible. People were going out in public in adult diapers and BDSM gear. Someone allegedly shat in the pool and left...
Bro! Oh... That's just disgusting. The hell of a mess, man. Pool's closed, I mean... I hope. Oh.
A floating log in it. Smoke detectors were removed from some rooms.
That's
obviously so they could smoke within their own room. Litter and fairy stickers were left all around the hotel. Some showing NSFW fairy yiffing or something. There were reports of drug dealing, apparent drug overdoses, and copious amounts of alcohol consumption. Some attendees were said to be pissing on the beds and...
What? Yeah. Bro, that reminds me of the video we covered the other day about that freaking TikToker who just pissed in the food. Yeah, that's a memory I live with now. Lovely.
Most rooms were severely damaged or required a lot of cleaning. That is just a short list, by the way. This event was an absolute disaster. Or was it? Now,
Vsauce Michael here. The fucking Vsauce Michael here music, man.
The event was an absolute disaster. Or was it?
Was it?
Now, in recent years, there have been a lot of videos about this convention, many saying the same things I just said, although I did miss the part where they apparently drilled a glory hole in the toilet. That would have been my favourite part to cover. But there is a lot of contention to some of the claims made. First, some of the people that supposedly attended it claim there has been a lot of misinformation spread about the con, intentionally by some fairies that do this at other cons.
You'll notice that
sure, I can believe that some people did this intentionally to harm, like, furries in general. Like, to harm their, like, name in general. To give them an even worse stigma around them, you know? I can see that. But that's not all that was happening there. There was just some crazies, man.
that in a lot of, let's say, videos and other places that have covered Rainfurrest, you'll notice that there's one Twitter account that shows up multiple times that that was somehow able to catch and document so many of these things that were happening that they just so happened to be right in front of. A Twitter user by the name of just made a bunch of shit up.
I tried.
Alright. Also keep in mind, every single one of the IT professionals the federal government employed were at Rainfurrest, and because they all had the same flight schedule, the government banned them from ever traveling on the same plane ever again. Damn. Now that's some FYI and some extra lore. Jesus.
Looking for the Twitter user they were talking about, but they...
Thank you for the GamerSubs purchase.
Apparently don't exist anymore, at least when I tried. Although there was a big drug problem at the event, which even the organisers years later admitted to.
It lists a bunch of bullet points about things that they had a problem with. So let's start with, if there is 10, I don't know that there's 10, I think there might be more or less.
Okay.
Only 2 of those bullet points did not talk about drugs. So in my mind, drugs was the major problem.
Jesus Christ, man.
Second, events like the diapers and BDSM wear in public were supposedly outside a fairy kink festival, so they weren't just walking around all day like this. I don't know if that's positive PR or negative PR, but yep, okay. But it was said that some of the claims were created by trolls within the community.
At ours, there was one bathroom that got flooded, and some...
One bathroom is already one bathroom too many. That's already one bathroom too many.
People spread the rumor or said that it was sabotage, and other people just said it was a big guy sitting on the toilet and it broke. So it's a 50-50, who knows. Vandalism was like a very minor part. Never in the entire duration of us being at Rainfurrest did the hotel ever approach us about paying for any damages to public spaces.
That's interesting. Why not?
Vandalism was not talked about in that letter.
Interesting. Huh. Maybe he's lying. Maybe not. Drew, thank you so much for the tier 1. Thank you.
But there definitely was a drug problem, and the event did eventually get shut down.
But other things that were talked about were things like 2,000 nitrous oxide cartridges just left there. 2 drug overdoses that required ambulances. The quote-unquote week-long party. So, a drug arrest in the adjacent parking lot.
Flashbang! Get flashbang loser, motherfucker!
Person that police believed has ties to the Rainfurrest group. So again, and that was a drug dealing arrest. So,
bro, my eyes.
This is where it got a bit extreme for
bro!
Yeah, Rainfurrest volunteer staff member was reported to have sexually assaulted a female. The responding sheriff charged the man. Can't get too much into what happened. It happened in a public space, so we called the police. As soon as we found out, we called the hotel in as soon as we found out.
Okay.
The sheriff came over. He was handcuffed, brought to the car, and then unhandcuffed and let go. I don't know what the status of any charges are. It's, a guest room smoke detector was tampered with and discarded in a guest corridor. Yep. And that is, unfortunately, one that is very serious.
And allegedly some people within the community were sending this information to any hotel and convention they were looking at for the next event, so they just couldn't find a place for the next convention or to move this convention, so...
I mean, yeah, who really wants to host this anymore? Like, after that, I wouldn't want to host this either. I don't blame them.
They just cancelled it.
Point where we have decided that we're going to try to find a new venue. We go around, we try to find a bunch of new venues. Couldn't find anything in the local area. It seemed strange, almost as if, like, they were being talked to. And so then we go to Spokane, and that's when we find out for sure that there is a furry out there who is sending letters to every potential venue for Rainfurrest.
But that is the other side of the story, so to speak. I personally wasn't there.
Neither was I. If Kitsu doesn't have a catchphrase, how about this one? Furries race up. Shut up!
I was a little spam.
Thanks for the super chat, but fuck you!
But that is the other side of the story, so to speak. I personally wasn't there. I was a little spam cell playing Call of Duty Black Ops 3 at the time, but I would have loved if that glory hole story was true. It would have been so funny. Because, like, how does a glory hole at a fairy convention work? Like, is there a flap on the front, or does the fair just get stuck in there? It's a conundrum. So.
Yeah, I don't think I really want to know. A bunch of mentally ill weirdos on the internet were trying to cancel you, so I thought I'd drop by, give you this. Have a nice day. Thank you so much. Thank you.
In conclusion, these were some of the more notable fairy conventions that may have generated the negative stigma surrounding fairies and fairy cons. I don't think all fairy cons are like this, but from what I have seen, most fairy conventions are normal. Although I've never taken part in it because, once again, not a part of that community. But I think some content creators that have actually investigated fairy cons in person discover pretty quickly there's nothing nefarious happening at most of these events. And in some cases, they end up looking like the weird ones.
Yeah, I think like most furry cons are just like any other con. Like as you said at the start of the video, right? Like usually nothing bad happens.
Almighty Tim, make us furries! Yeah!
What the hell?
Fairies, as always, still have a negative stigma around them. Some saying they're all degenerates due to some members of the community, but hey, if that was true, it's also true that every Hearts of Iron player is a femboy. Also, do not deposit your seed onto consumable items for the love of God, even if you're bulk.
Do not the pizza. Bro, do not the pizza, please.
King and need that protein boost.
Do not the pizza.
Just don't do it. But yeah, that's all I had to say, and bye-bye.
Hey.
So it's been a while since I talked about...
Although cursed. Good, but cursed video. Free protein? Brother, no. Pain. Pain, man. Either way, video's long enough. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, I don't know. Do all the YouTube stuff. Thank you. Bye, YouTubes. That's to the YouTube video, not YouTube chat right now. We're streaming on YouTube now too, by the way. YouTube viewers, if you want to catch a YouTube live stream. Yeah, bye.